With Gaijin announcing the addition of rank 9 coming to War Thunder in early 2026, which is just right around the corner, it's a pretty safe bet to assume that rank 10 is going to be reserved for premiums, as they'll fill rank 9 with things like more 4.5 generation aircraft, and possibly early 5th gen, but I wouldn't necessarily see it. I would be I'd be safe to say that, either late rank 9 or rank 10 will be where 5th generation aircraft are added, and that means we'll have to see a rank 9 or 10 premium at some point, as that just makes the most logical sense. So Gaijin, the way they do premiums is they always want to add a premium that is, air quote, under, or worse, I guess, I don't know a better word for it, worse than the actual tech tree version or actual tech tree vehicles. Example, the FA-18C, it is worse than the FA-18C late. The F2A premium in Japan is worse than the F2A in Japan. The German Tornado is technically worse than the tech tree Tornado. So on and so on. The tech tree Viggen, it's worse than Gripens, or the premium Viggen in Sweden, it's worse than the Gripens. That's the way they like to do it. They don't want to add premiums that are on par with tech tree vehicles. And so I think when we get to the point where we're needing to see a rank 9 or rank 10 premium, the YF-23 Black Widow makes a lot of sense. So the YF-23 was the failed contester to the F-22 program, or against the F-22 for the Advanced Tactical Fighter program, and honestly, it's a very solid aircraft, but it could be added to War Thunder as a 5th generation premium because it won't have the same sort of things that the F-22 Raptor was necessarily had. So as far as I am aware, the YF-23 never actually got a weapons test demonstration or weapons firing. I do think there was one firing of a AIM-120, if I recall. I'm not too familiar. I've heard there were 2 test beds. I think one of them did have a radar, but it wasn't the right radar. The other one, I don't think ever housed a radar. I'm not 100% on that. You guys would know a bit more on that. I do know that it never necessarily tested weaponry systems, but we can know what it would have. So it'd have 120As. It would get things like the 9M or 9L, and that would be a pretty decent premium. Obviously, this would be worse than what more advanced F-22s and what the F-35 would have. Then you're starting to talk about things like the AIM-120D, late AIM-120Cs, AIM-120Ds, the AIM-9X even. That's all, that all enters the conversation. And also, things like the AIM-260 can also now kind of enter conversation here in the next year or so, as that's being tested out on the F-35 and Raptor as we speak. So it really does just kind of come down to how Gaijin wants to do it. If they want to add premiums that are stealth aircraft, I'm sure they will. I mean, I'm positive that they are going to want to get the money off of it. And now the big question is, do they add the YF-23 as a premium, or do they add the freaking F-22A early as a premium? I mean, I could absolutely see them adding a YF-22 as a rank 10 premium down the line. End of the day, it's whatever is going to make them the most money and make the most nonsense, most illogical sense. I mean, it really, to me, it's pretty cut and dry that they're going to add a 5th generation premium. It should be the YF-23. I mean, it's not a failed, but it was a test bed of what 5th generation was alongside the YF-22, lost the program, lost the bet out to the Raptor, and it still was a successful aircraft. I mean, it by no means was bad. They just opted to go for the Lockheed Martin Raptor, which I don't think anyone's really regretted down the line. The YF-23 offered some cool features, it offered some cool things, and it had a really promising future. Unfortunately, it was cut short. Honestly, however, I'd still take the YF-23 over things like the C-57, just because, well, it seems way more prominent and, test-worthy, I guess. I don't know, that just kind of comes down again to preference. Anyways, I think what I'm trying to get to is the YF-23 makes a lot of sense as a rank 9 or 10 premium. Gaijin will absolutely be adding rank 9 or 10 premiums, and the question is, what is that going to look like? Is it going to be 5th generation aircraft? Is it going to be late 4th and a half generation? I mean, we still technically haven't seen a premium F-15. We do have premium F-16s, premium F-18s, premium Su-30s, so it's only about a matter of time. I could absolutely see them adding some advanced F-15 as a premium, maybe the Silent Eagle, which was which was Boeing's attempt at making the F-15 stealthy, like we needed that. But, you know, there's always options outside of 5th generation aircraft, outside of stealth options, outside of, you know, stealth aircraft. So it's not like Gaijin is stuck. Like, the only future premiums we're going to see, if we see rank 9 and 10 premiums, is going to be stealth. It could very easily just be 4.5 gen. It kind of just depends on what they're feeling, what they're wanting to do with the game. End of the day, like I said, they're a company, they want to make money, and if they can make more money selling premium Raptors, that's what they're going to probably end up doing. Anyways, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Do you guys think it makes sense to see the YF-23 as a premium? I know a lot of players thought it would be a, you know, event vehicle, and it still very easily could. I just think it makes a lot of sense being a new rank 9 or 10 premium down the line in the future. And again, this is a years down the road. I mean, Gaijin said it was going to be late 26 when we started to see 5th gen. If we even see it then, that's just what they've said and what I'm going off of. Anyways, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.